Hey, Rambo World Entertainment, and if you remember, the Expendables was meant to move forward with multiple spin-offs. There was going to be the young people, and there was going to be, of course, the all-female Expendables. Well, apparently, the female one is back in the works. Now, don't know whether Stallone is in the working on this or not. We'll find out, I suppose, in this article. But you kind of look at it now and say, at this very time to do this, it's not a good idea. It's not gonna work. It's just people are sick of the whole girl boss type thing, and that's all this would end up being viewed as. So I don't know. I think it's a bit of a mistake to move forward with it, but let's see anyway what is happening. So nobody is throwing away the Expendables franchise just yet. The action franchise, which boasts a star-studded cast of action movie icons, kicked off in 2010 with The Expendables, which was directed and co-written by Sylvester Stallone, who also starred alongside Jason Statham, Terry Crews, Jet Li, Randy Couture, Steve Austin, Dolph Lundgren, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and more. The movie's 2012, 2020, 2014 and 2023 sequels added stars including Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Mel Gibson, Harrison Ford, and Megan Fox. What a lineup to go Chuck Norris, Van Damme, Mel Gibson, Harrison Ford, and then throw in Megan Fox at the end. However, the possible Expendables 5 has not yet come to function in the wake of the fourth installment flopping in theaters, earning just $51 million against a reported $100 million budget. Now, multiple things go into why that one failed. First and foremost, half your cast didn't want to come back. Like Terry Crews said no. Originally, you had Stallone pulling out of it, and of course, once Stallone walked away, Schwarzenegger walked away, and then Jet Li wasn't coming back, and it was just like, oh. And then at the last hour, Stallone was convinced to come back, and he was just pretty much thrown in there. And yeah, look, if you like the Expendables, it's definitely the weakest one out of the bunch, hands down. There's no arguments about that. But at the same time, I think if you get Stallone back on board, where he's working on the script, that was the other thing, he didn't work on the script. You get him to work on the script, you get everybody back. Yeah, I think you should at least get one more good outing with these guys. But it's saying, The Hollywood Reporter has revealed that the female-led Expendables spin-off movie, which was in development hell and had progress stalled years ago, is back in development. At the Cannes Film Festival on Friday, Eclectic Pictures and Hollywood Ventures Group revealed that the project is part of a set of globally commercial films that they are currently working on together. The project is currently being developed under the working title Expendabelles, which was meant to be the original title. Here's the thing though, at this stage, when you looked at when Stallone originally toyed with the idea for this, his main group of people, like the one he wanted to lead it, was Sigourney Weaver. She's way too old now to actually lead that franchise. Even though we're looking at the Expendables saying like, well, all these guys were in their 40s. They wish they were in their 40s. 70s and 50s and 60s and stuff like that. But they were still able to pull it off. It's different when you've got a guy that's still in physically good shape and stuff like that, can still do all the action, compared to let's get a woman in who hasn't done something like this in forever, if at all. So you're kind of like, who the hell are they going to look at to lead this thing? And of course, Megan Fox was in the last one, so you would think, are they going to make her the leader of it or something? I don't know. So Lionsgate, the studio that has now owns, so what do they mean now owns the rights? I thought they always owned the rights to the franchise, is supporting the project, which is a stylized a stylized, action-driven cinematic event designed to expand the mythology of the franchise while standing firmly on its own. So that sounds like they don't want to really kind of have to kind of rely on the old guard coming in, like Stallone and stuff. So it's kind of like, are they going to get their orders and their missions from Barney Ross? Probably not. Is Jason Statham's Lee Christmas going to show up to help them out in a situation? Probably not. That's what that sounds like. It's just, I think it's too late at this stage. So, by the way, it's clear now as well, just seeing all this, that Stallone has no involvement with this. And that was the thing. It was his idea for Expendabelles back when they were toying with that idea. So, this idea now that, oh, they won't have any involvement is kind of like, okay. So, Expendabelles is still being packaged and does not have its key creative team set just yet. So they've no one in place really at the moment. Below, read comments on the revival of Expendabelles from Markle and Goiner. Is that how it's pronounced? So it's just them talking about how thrilled they are to bring it back, and yay, we can't wait for this and stuff like that. Again, you have to ask the question, who the hell would lead it? But would they also be making it for the big screen, or would they just go, we see the writing on the wall, we'll make this, but let's try and sell it to a streamer? Because they know, they have to know, to do this now, doesn't matter whether it's this R-rated Expendables movie just with an all-female cast, they have to know that it won't work in today's climate, that people are sick of the girl boss stuff. That trope is over. So to try and push a movie like this, even though there's plenty of movies that are being done with female leads and stuff that have actually been really good and decent, the problem is though that people reject them because of how much of the crap is being shoveled down our throats. You know, you go and you look at something like Ballerina, for instance, with what's her name, Ana de Armas. That was actually a decent movie. Like, it's part of the John Wick franchise. It was a good movie, but audiences did not turn up for it. Didn't help that the director came out and started saying stupid shit like they always do. Didn't help that the studio started saying some stupid things. But overall, it was a good movie, but it was rejected by the audience because people are just going, I'm not going to see it. If they're saying that crap, I'm not going to see it, and it's just girl boss stuff. What do you think is going to happen with this thing? You think the studio's not going to start saying some stupid shit, or the cast will start going, we don't need no men, and blah blah blah, and start pulling them? And then what'll happen, they'll test screen it, it won't do well, and they'll panic and go quick, try and get Stallone or something to make an appearance in it, try and get some interest drummed up in it. I don't see it working. I think it's a stupid idea to move forward with it right now in this particular climate. I don't see it working, but what do you guys think? Number one, would you rather them just do an Expendables 5 with Stallone back and Schwarzenegger and all the rest? Or do you think they should give this a try and let's see if it works? What do you guys think? Do let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and hit that hype button and all that good stuff. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.